celebrating this very special lady today who is turning 50. So first of all, we start off with a Thanksgiving service, which she holds at my local church, Jesus House. And then once the Thanksgiving service is over, we're all heading out of town for the main event. So yes, here I am, find myself at Luton Airport heading out to none other than Marrakech, where the party is going to be held. My role here is twofold. Not only am I a guest, but I am also going to be MCing on the day. And there's also a surprise on the day. This is the view from my room, which I think is really nice, although I'm not sure I'm going to get to go into the pool at any point in time. Lots of us are here. Some are going quad biking, but we're not. Anyway, I take my girls out sightseeing, because there's no point in being in a country and just being at an event, because then you don't get to see or understand the country. So I feel it's really important. Yep, this is my tip. It's really important that when you go to a different country, at the very least, you go out and mix with the locals. And so that's what we're doing here. We're doing the tourist bits, but we're also doing the behind the scenes bits. And we've got this gentleman, Mustafa, who kind of picked us up along the way and is taking us to different places. So yeah, like I said in my last video on Marrakech, I feel like there's a conglomerate and these people all plan it, but it doesn't matter. So we're here and of course we're buying stuff. This time I did buy, look at this cool Moroccan lipstick, as the gentleman called it. You just wet it, look at that, and then it becomes red. It's almost like a lip stain. Fantastic. So we all got one of those, and then we wandered off into deeper and deeper into the the corridors of I don't know what. Basically, we just made ourselves at home, and Funke had a little sing along with this gentleman. We got back to the hotel just in time for the white party. Everybody's dressed in white. We are going to a restaurant this evening where we're having this white party, and there she is, the celebrant herself, looking absolutely stunning, which to be fair she does all the time. Look at that. Oh my gosh. We're going to get to the restaurant by coach, which we're going to be getting onto in a minute, but you can't imagine how hard it is to get this many people onto the coaches. I took this video because you weren't allowed to take takeaway into the hotel, and so this lady has come out to meet the gentleman. Anyway, we arrive at the restaurant, which is literally downtown Marrakech, and that was our coach, and you can see all of us walking up to the restaurant where we are going to have dinner. As seems to be the norm in certainly Moroccan, but I think in a lot of Arab restaurants, there's entertainment. Well, downstairs. I did mention there was a surprise. Yes, MC Larry was coming, but Diola knew nothing about it, so she got a surprise at the white party. He's going to be co-MCing, or I'm going to be co-MCing with him tomorrow. Next day, we all get to put on our kimonos. We've got like this ashoebi, which is like matching kimonos, and take lots of pictures together. It's a bit of a challenge to try and get a group picture of all of us, but here you can see it's just multicolored, and look, Adiola's kimono had all of the colors and brought us all together. So I thought that was really lovely. But here, a few of the pictures. This is not all of us. This is just a handful of us, but beautiful all the same. Most people are heading off to the Majorelle Gardens to take pictures there. It's a beautiful setting, but myself, Funke and Dupe are heading out again to God knows where. Well, we're going to Le Jardin Secret. And yes, here it is. It's not exactly what we expected, as in it's much smaller than we thought it would be, but it was fun and lots of places to take gorgeous pictures. When we had finished doing a tour of the gardens, we then had a little sit down and took a few pictures before we went up to the tower, which is supposed to give like the best views of the Atlas Mountains. I'm not sure that's entirely true, but anyway, we went up to the tower with our tour guide and took pictures, of course, as we do. Our tour guide took us around and gave us the history of the building, and then obviously gave us the opportunity to take pictures, which of course is wonderful. So this is what we could see from the roof. Look at that. There we are. Anyway, after that, we decided to settle down for something to eat, something healthy to eat, which we did have and we loved. Then back home to the party. Everyone settled in looking glamorous, and then the celebrant arrives. They are the MCs for the day, and then the celebrant comes in her next outfit. And then it was party right through to 3 a.m. And that was an end of a brilliant night. Next morning, and I am heading off to Casablanca, catching the train from Marrakech for a little bit of exploration of my own. Yes. For the journey to Marrakech, I went normal class, and this lady clearly didn't want me to sit beside her, even though we had allocated seats. But anyway, I did. And it wasn't personal, because when this lady came on, she was actually sitting in the lady's seat. Imagine the cheek. The lady said she didn't mind, and eventually they became firm friends. Got to Casablanca and took the train, this time first class, to where my hotel was. First class was nice, but it did fill up quite soon. Anyway, got to my hotel. I'm staying at the Ibis. It's right in the center, perfectly positioned for me to do what I want to do. Decided to go out that evening to just try and see a few things, which I did. But there was a particular mosque I was trying to get to, and I saw this minaret, and I followed it till I got to it. It wasn't the mosque I was trying to get to. It was actually the Hassan II mosque. Beautiful, I cannot tell you. And then from that mosque, when I realized I was at the wrong mosque, I thought I better go back to the original mosque that I was planning to go to, which I did, but it was now beginning to get dark. And Google Maps is fantastic, but because I said I was walking, it literally took me through, I guess, footpaths or what. So I was in the middle of, like, I was like literally the only non-Moroccan in these areas walking through. All I can say is thank God that I look like them and that I understand them, because yes. Anyway, went through, found the next mosque that I was planning to, and I bumped into a couple of other mosques on the way, and then it was beginning to get rather dark, and I thought, didn't get collect some sense and go back to the main road. So I did, and then I went back to my hotel where I slept like a baby. But what is it with these cats? I mean, they're everywhere. And I'm sure you know that, of course, I had to see Rick's Cafe since I was in Casablanca. Casablanca. No, thank you.
Hello.
No, thank you.
Good idea, madam.
Heading to the airport. Casablanca, done. Next morning, I was up bright and early. Well, that's not true. Not bright and early, because I slept like a baby, and I slept until almost checkout. But when I got up, I then went and caught the train again, first class, to the airport. Traveling in Morocco, at least between the main cities, is very easy to do. It's safe, it's reasonable, and it's very straightforward. So I know for a fact that the next time that I come to Morocco, I'm going to try and do a longer train ride, like maybe from the north to the south or the south to the north. I don't know. But only two complaints. The first one is let the passengers off the train first. It doesn't seem to exist here. And the second one was that I was looking for magnets of Casablanca, and I could not find a well, I found one, but it had the film, like pictures from the film Casablanca on it. There was no magnet in the airport that was just Casablanca. They had Fez, they had Marrakech, they had Morocco, but they didn't have Casablanca. So if you want a Casablanca magnet, get it before you get to the airport. Yeah, so next time you're in a country, explore it a little bit.